the authority of every Supreme Court justice and all of its precedents without reservation.
See, I don't believe you. I think you allowed your political beliefs to cloud your judgment. And I think you said a few years ago what you said about Brett Kavanaugh, and I think you believe it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fiery exchange that's been making waves in Washington. Get ready for some serious drama as Senator John Kennedy takes on a Biden judicial nominee over some pretty controversial comments. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So picture this. We're at a Senate confirmation hearing and Senator Kennedy is facing off against one of Biden's picks for the federal bench. Now, things get spicy real quick when Kennedy brings up some past statements this nominee made about Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. The nominee admits to signing a letter with some pretty harsh language about Kavanaugh, but tries to brush it off as overheated rhetoric. But Kennedy? Oh, he's not letting this slide so easily. Here's where it gets really intense. Kennedy keeps hammering the nominee with one simple question. Do you believe Kavanaugh is morally bankrupt? I mean, those were the words in the letter, right? But watch how the nominee tries to dance around this. They keep saying it's not appropriate to comment as a judicial nominee. Talk about dodging the question. Now, the nominee tries to explain this whole thing away as rhetorical advocacy. But Kennedy's not buying it. He fires back, questioning if this is just a convenient excuse now that they're up for a judgeship. The nominee assures everyone she respects all Supreme Court justices if confirmed, but Kennedy's skepticism is written all over his face. Folks, this is where Kennedy really lets loose. He flat out tells the nominee, "I don't believe you. Ouch." He criticizes her lack of judicial temperament and raises a super important question. How can any litigant trust this person to be impartial after making such strong statements? Before we wrap up, if you're enjoying this breakdown of political fireworks, smash that subscribe button. You don't want to miss our future deep dives into the world of politics and law. Just when you think it's over, Kennedy throws a curveball. He switches gears and asks about Yale Law School's alleged quota system for Asian Americans. Interestingly, the nominee claims she knows nothing about this. It's a wild end to an already intense exchange.
Every Supreme Court justice.
But this is real simple. You said just a few years ago, you weren't in law school, you weren't in college. You said Brett Kavanaugh is a morally bankrupt person. It's clear as thunder on a summer night. Now, you're under oath. Do you believe he is or not? How hard is that? You'll have much harder questions as a federal judge if you make it that far.
I appreciate the question, Senator. As I stated, those statements were rhetorical advocacy that I signed as an alum addressing my law school alma mater. I did not.
Well, let me ask you about this rhetorical advocacy. Does rhetorical advocacy mean you said something, but now that you've been nominated, you're scared that you can't get the votes, so you're going to try not to answer the question? Is that what rhetorical advocacy means? What is rhetorical advocacy? Is it a lie?
No, it's not a lie, Senator. I would say that it's statements that are made in service of an advocacy position.
Okay. And if you issue an opinion and you get reversed by the Supreme Court, are you just going to say, oh, don't worry about it, justices, that was just rhetorical advocacy? What is this?
Absolutely not, Senator. If the court issues an opinion as a lower court judge, I would be absolutely bound to follow it. It is not merely rhetorical advocacy. It is the law of the land.
Okay, let me try one more time. Do you believe that Brett Kavanaugh is a morally bankrupt person?
Senator,
Sitting here today, under oath.
Sitting here today, under oath, I can assure you that I respect completely the authority of Justice Kavanaugh as a duly confirmed Supreme Court Justice of the United States.
Yes, ma'am, but do you believe he's morally bankrupt?
Senator, as I stated, I respect his authority and the authority of every Supreme Court Justice sitting on our court.
Yes, ma'am, but do you believe he's morally bankrupt?
My personal opinion is not appropriate for me to say. I respect his authority as a Supreme Court
Justice.
So
you think he is morally bankrupt?
I did not say that, Senator.
But you signed a letter saying he was morally bankrupt.
Several years ago, as an alum addressing my law school alma mater, I did sign a letter that I believed was addressed only to my law school administration.
Oh, you didn't think it would be public?
I did not understand that it would be used as a public advocacy piece. No, I
Okay.
believed it was only addressed to my law school administration.
And you signed that because you wanted to show fidelity to your alma mater, Yale Law School?
I signed it, Senator, at the time because I felt that it was an appropriate statement to make to my law school administration, notwithstanding the overheated rhetoric. But sitting here today as a judicial nominee, what I want to assure you is that as an advocate, as a litigator, as a neutral adjudicator, and as a judge, if confirmed, I would absolutely respect the authority of every Supreme Court justice and all of its precedents without reservation.
See, I don't believe you. I think you allowed your political beliefs to cloud your judgment. And I think you said a few years ago what you said about Brett Kavanaugh, and I think you believe it. And I can't imagine what it's going to be like to be a litigant in front of you.
There you have it, folks. A Senate hearing that turned into a serious grilling session. It really makes you think about the kind of temperament we expect from our judges, doesn't it? What do you think about this exchange? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, if you want more content breaking down the biggest political showdowns, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.